There is a direct link between your experience in life and your state of mind. What you experience in life, the result, the things that you see, is mostly because of all the projections that you have on people, things, money, everything around you, right? You project the content of your inner world, your thoughts, your belief system onto the world, and then you experience through the lenses, through the filters that are already in your mind. And that's how you experience your reality and the perception that you have of it. And let's take a very polarizing example. Donald Trump, right? People love him or hate him. It has everything to do with you. You could rationalize, justify it because on what he does, the way he talks, his eagerness, whatever the rationale that you have, right? To support the way you feel or your perception that you have of him. But what matters most is that you realize that this is your own projection on him. And the only question is, how is that affecting you and your life? Because it's not a question of right or wrong. Life only reflects back to you the relationship that you have with it. Now, it can be Donald Trump, it can be your spouse, it can be your boss, it can be your dog, it can be your family, it can be money, it can be things, objects, the universe, God at large. We have a relationship with everything. So every belief system, every thought, every attitude that you project on your world, on people, things, and experiences that you have comes from you, right? And people get stuck in the mirror, in what they see, the reflection. And they're like, well, when he's gone, if we stay with the Donald Trump example, like when he's gone, then I'll be happy, then everything's gonna be okay. I've seen on social media that some people are like, okay, for 4 years, no sex kind of thing. And I'm like, what is this rationale, right? Like it gives a shit about it. Does that make sense? But it's affecting your life because you give so much power through your projection to someone, something, sometimes, someplace on the external world, and life meets you back. So the paradox is that the more you hate, dislike, or resist something, whatever that thing or person is, the more you will find it in your life. You will encounter an abundance of it. That doesn't mean that you encounter an abundance of Donald Trump, but you may see somebody wearing a MAGA hat, or you see him on the news, on social media, and it just reinforces the way you feel. It pollutes your life, and it reinforces the mindset that is now becoming a mood, that is becoming a little bit of who you are. You become bitter over time. Does that make sense? So the more you hate something, or the stronger you dislike something, someone, a situation, the more it stays, sticks, manifests in your life. The same can be with love. The more you love something, the more you appreciate something, the more you're grateful for something. We talk a lot on this channel about the power of gratitude, right? So if you give your focus, no matter what it is, and you magnify it to those emotions, to that energy, it will grow. So this is why the world acts as a mirror, a beautiful and fair mirror, right? Whether you like it or not, regardless of the current relationship that you have with the mirror, you hold the key to change that. Because another trap is that people will be like, okay, so I'm gonna fight what I see. I don't like it, so I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna go through this whole adversity, like this whole rebellion between, what I want, my world, and so on, and how I expect the world to be. But again, the more you resist something, the more it persists. So instead of fighting the world, you gotta start noticing, okay, that the inner fight is happening in my mind, in my thought, in my perception, in my anger, in all those thoughts that I've cultivated, those belief systems that are no longer needed, that are no longer aligned, that are no longer providing or creating what I really want to experience in my life. But we get addicted, right? We get addicted to our bitterness, to our challenges, to our negative thoughts. The more we think, the more we entertain certain things, no matter the nature, the more we become addicted to those dramas in our life, right? The ego mind loves to feed on those dramas. So you want your life to change. You got to realize there's a relationship between what I experience and my state of mind, and the cause of the reflection is my state of mind. By state of mind, I imply everything that goes on inside of you, the way you think, the way you feel, your belief system, the action, decisions, and things that you make, right? So I give you an example. Classic example is weight loss or getting lean, strong and fit, which was one of my goals for many, many years. And I'm 1.96 m, by the way, so my goal was not losing weight. I always had the opposite challenge. I want to become bigger. I want to become leaner, stronger, fitter, right? But for many, many, many years, I was skinny. right? I was skinny. I was like 1 meter 96 for about 84 kilo, to give you a perspective, right? And I was working out 3 to 4 times a week. I was loading calories. So, people trying to lose weight, here I am loading calories, eating everything I want and not gaining any weight. What a great problem to have, right? But you see, my whole self-image is that I'm skinny, I'm a hard gainer, I can eat, I cannot gain weight. Those were the thoughts I was having for a long time, ever since I was young. I used to see myself as like this, right? I remember when people would see me and be like, oh, you're skinny and you're so skinny and things of this nature. And all these things just reinforce the identity, reinforce the belief system, and the body responds to who you are. So if your subconscious image of yourself is that you're skinny, a hard gainer, or fat, or unattractive, or whatever, the reflection on the mirror of the body will be exactly that. You may want the body to be smiling, for example, but if you are always, not smiling, the reflection will never smile back. So I had to go through really a lot of, self-image transformation and identity transformation at that stage of my life, not only for the weight and being fit and so on, but about confidence and self-esteem. So I had to go through a lot of inner work to change my own identity, my own beliefs about my body, about me, about who I am, what I deserve, and so on, right? So that I can see the reflection changing. And now I'm 1 meter 96 still, but I'm 94 kilos. So I went 10 kilo more. I'm fitter, I'm stronger, and now I do Spartan races with amazing time. I do half marathons, all kind of things. So I'm fit, I'm strong, exactly where I wanted to be, and I'm getting stronger and stronger. So you see, in that example, for a long time I got it wrong. Not because the world or the mirror or my biology or my DNA or any other crap like this was wrong or unfair, but because my whole thinking, my whole identity, my whole belief system was completely wrong with the things that I wanted to create. It was misaligned. And so whenever there's a conflict between consciously what you want and your subconscious program, your subconscious mind will always win. So when you think of life as being a mirror and you want to look at, okay, what are the belief systems that I need to change and so on, all you really have to do is to look objectively at your life. What is it that is happening around me? What is the state of my affairs? And then you look back. How do I think about this thing? How do I think about these people? How do I think about money? How do I think about my job? How do I think about my body? How do I think about my health? How do I think about money, expensive things, rich people, poor people? Like, you just look at certain areas of your life where you feel like you're out of balance, or it's unhealthy, or things are not working out for you, and simply take an honest look. How do I think, feel, what is my attitude in that area of my life? And if you're honest with yourself, you will really soon you will find out those imbalances are in your mind. So another example that I like to share often on this channel is that two of my favorite mantras are, everything is always working out for me. And the second one is that my world always takes care of me. Yeah? But for a long time, that wasn't the case. For a long time, I thought, I believed that the world is hard, that you have to hustle, that you have to grind, that the world, if you allow it, will just knock you down, right? This was all the movies we watch, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and all those big boys that they were telling you the same thing. Life will knock you down if you let it, blah, 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 and you have to struggle and hustle. And it leaves a mark, and you're like, okay, this is the world, right? And then you go out in the world and you have your own experiences, reinforce the belief system, and now you're in that loop. And so you see that everything is a mountain that you need to climb to reach to the top, and then it's just a never-ending climb. But what if there's another way? What if you can trust life, trust God, trust the universe? However you want to call it, spin it, right? What if you adopt that belief system that my world always takes care of me, that everything is always working out for me? And this, when you start to project that onto the world, can be very difficult when you have challenges, adversity, when you really have to let go and learn to trust instead of trying to be in control, right? I have to do it, I have to change. But if you persist with the new projection, life will meet you halfway. It always does. But it will test you, right? It will test whether you stay committed to the new thought, to the new projection, or whether you revert back and you go back into the whining, the complaining, life is tough and hard and so on. And it's the same for everything. If you have an unhealthy relationship with money, wealth, or things you want to create because you feel like you're undeserving or it's bad or wrong, you will make that true. No matter how much you want money, success, or fame, everything else is the same. So it's like a question of like, how can I correct first what is happening in my mind? So the formula is this, right? Cause and effect. That's the universal law. The cause is in me. So I find imbalances in my life. I notice the thoughts, the patterns, the belief that I have. And then I ask myself, if I am the cause, what is it that I start to need to give, right? So I want the mirror to smile back. How can I start smiling first? Okay, I want other people to like me, to respect me. I want better relationship. How can I start liking and respecting and making other people feel loved and liked first, right? In an authentic, genuine way. We talked about Donald Trump. And you may be like, well, how can I like this guy? Why would I even do that, right? You may have a lot of resistance. But remember, it's never about what you see. It's always about you. Do you want more of that energy in your life? Or can you simply make peace and allow people to be, to live their life and trust that everything's always working out for me? So whether that person is president or that person does that or that person is like making money or better than me or whatever, my world always takes care of me. Can you simply let go and let people do and be, knowing that everything happens for a reason in this universe? So it's a matter of your perception. You can be so entitled to a perception, and you're right, and it's okay. If you want it, it's your truth. You will objectify what you believe to be true most of the time. So the question is it working for you? And if it's not working, then the only thing you need to start changing is yourself first. Because otherwise the mirror will wait on you. The mirror will not initiate first until you initiate first. You have the power, guys. You know what you need to do. Be well, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.